Where do you park your bike when you go out? Do you park it in a car park? Do you park it beside the road? Do you park it somewhere everybody can see it? Or do you prefer somewhere where nobody can see it? That was something that I was thinking about recently. Hello and welcome to Rider Ramblings. As you can see, it's a lovely day. It says it's 7 degrees on the bike. I'm off to 𝗓𝗏 at the moment, and I was just thinking about parking. And where do you park the bike when you're going shopping? We have a lot of shopping centres around here, and some are, how can I put it, not as secure as others. So it's a case of where's the best place to put your bike? Now, a number of years ago, when I visited one of the shopping centres, I came back to find that somebody'd been fiddling about in the pockets of the Deauville, or one of the pockets, the one that you could open. They hadn't actually done anything with the bike because it was chained up, and it was chained up near the front door. But it was just far enough from the front door that wasn't quite as, should I say, highly visible as it could have been. As I say, it was parked where all the other bikes were parked. So that was a bit worrying. I mean, yes, I always chain the bikes, or have a disc alarm depending on exactly what I'm doing. I carry both a chain and a disc alarm, so if I'm not too happy, I will put the disc alarm on the front and the chain on the rear, and that gives me a bit more peace of mind. Whether it's more secure or not, I don't know, because as they say, if somebody wants your bike, they're going to take it. And the chain is a we've got some good ones here. Have we got an accident? Oh yeah, oops. It looks like it. It looks like we have an accident. Somebody's driven into the back of the learner. 70 kilometers an hour and a 50. Never mind. Yes, so where do you park it? I mean, I try and park it close to the wherever it is I'm going, and in a highly visible place. If there's something I can chain it to, then I will do that. I will actually chain it to that, not just use the disc lock alarm. I will do that, but I mean, there's lots of sort of schools of thought, and I mean the main school of thought is that you want to put it under a street light, preferably one that's working, and in a highly visible place, not somewhere out of sight. What are your thoughts on that? Is that where you should put it? Is it a good place to put it? So I tend to go to the shopping centres, so they have dedicated bike parks. Some of them actually have cameras that are pointed in that general direction. Whether they're actually working or not, we don't know, but they are there. So That's what I do. I saw one guy on YouTube who he's got a sports bike and he doesn't have a top box or panniers. He's got a tail tidy, I think it's probably what, not a tail tidy, a tail baggy thing. That he carries 3 locks in it. And when he parks his bike up, oh grief, somebody's done something stupid by the looks of things. 𝗘𝘅𝗃𝗏𝗧𝗏 is blocked. This is usually either a breakdown or an accident. What are you betting? Excuse me. Now that it's legal, completely legal, it's part of the law to lane split in lots of different areas in France. The rules do say you have to use indicators or hazards. So, as I said previously, I had to put my hazards on. I don't know what's going on here, but it definitely doesn't look good. Yes, so getting back to Charlie, who's can't remember who he was, but as I say, he parks it in as conspicuous place as possible, preferably something that he can chain it to, and he chains it to that and actually has a disc lock front and rear and a chain. So he's obviously lost a few bikes. I believe he's in London, but I might be wrong on that. So I don't know. Did I just see a blue flashing light? I think I did. So yes, let me know in the comments. Not sure what that blue flashing light is. I think it's a breakdown vehicle carrying another vehicle, I think. Oh no, it's a fire engine. It is. Doesn't. Right, sorry, where was I? Yes, oh, the other thing to report is I think I've got a leaking fork seal. Haha. Yes, I'm just testing it now. Last week on Wednesday I was coming home and it was a real frog strangler, as they say in parts of America. And parts of the 86 were flooded, and as you can see there's lots of lights, but none of them are working. They're all switched off. And oh dear, yes, it is an accident. Oh dear. Would help if I was in first gear, actually. So why 2 lanes? It looks pretty nasty as well. Yes, so getting back to... Yes, I seem to have got a leaking fork seal. Ooh, that's a good one. Somebody obviously not looking where they were going. And rear-ended somebody else. Yes, so I've wiped the fork leg, and I'm just going out for a run because, as I say, it was raining. These lights, well, it was actually not here, it was about 10-15 kilometers further on, but they don't have any lights working on these motorways in France. It's supposedly for safety, whereas it makes it so unsafe because the lights, the white lines don't show in the rain. You can't see them. They just disappear in the rain. I don't know which idiot decided that they were a good idea, but they're not, and they need to change the paint because it really is dangerous. I think the reason for it is they think, well, if you can't see the white lines, you'll drive slower, but what happens is people just drive at the normal speed, and that's it. Anyhow, getting back to coming through one of the tunnels, came out of the tunnel, and there's a slight dip, and I do mean very slight as you come out of the tunnel, and couldn't see it, but it was flooded, and I hit it. I had this sort of premonition. I'm not going to say, you know, it was anything supernatural, but I just felt something wasn't right as I was coming out of the tunnel, and slowed down. So I was doing about 30 miles an hour at the time and hit the flood. I mean, it wasn't, it was a bit of a bang, but, you know, as you hit the flood, but the bike stayed upright and proved to ride nicely. But there was a bit of a shock, and I think it's actually blown the left hand fork seal. So I'm going to wash the bike now, because believe it or not, this is the first fine day we've had in 10 days. And in France, you're not allowed to wash your vehicles on the road side. It has to be on private property. It's to do with pollution or anti-pollution or extra pollution or something like that, so that you don't pollute the water going into the drains, because a lot of it just goes straight into the river rather than actually be treated. They have sort of spill off and run off areas. So anyhow, I'm going to test that, see what it's like when we get to the car wash place. I would have gone to the one near us, but it's market day and it's right next to the market, so it would be absolute bedlam there. So I'm going to my favourite one, which is a bit far away. It also gives me a chance to give the bike a run and charge the battery, which is proving a bit weak and feeble. I must take that 𝗕𝗀𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗏 off, tracker off, give the battery a bit more help. So please like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.